Hi Alex, it's Larry Ragan from Penn State's World Campus, and I'm just tickled to be part of your experiment here in your course, and I think the topic that you raised is a really, really critical issue for a lot of us in the design of online courses, and maybe even more critical in the delivery, because I think that's really where the impact of student engagement takes place. But the two are very related, and I guess that's the point of my little pitch. I think that, as William Thompson said about voting in Chicago in the early 20s, that you should vote early and often. I believe the same is true in the sense of engaging students in an online environment, and that is that you should engage early and often. I think the student feels the connection best with their course and with their faculty member, their instructor, their other students, when they feel engaged and an active part of the experience. I think that engagement has to come early and often. Doing things that can be relatively low stakes in the very beginning, course introductions and responding to other students' posts, posting questions, responding, but also being engaged in discussion groups, team activities, and so forth. It creates a shift from a passive learning experience to an active learning experience, and that's really what most successful learning experiences online are all about. So let me go back to my initial thought, though. I believe that interaction, that engagement, that connection with the learner is really critical, and therefore must be planned, and it must be planned in the design phase. It can happen spontaneous and during the delivery phase, but it's really best thought out forward on the design part. So you're thinking through how to engage that learner in the very first activity, the very first time they're reading or interacting with their course experience. It might be watching you, for example, using a tool like SeesMic to introduce yourself, is requiring them to do a post right away that draws them into the experience and makes them feel part of the online course, and then staying with it. I think the planning part is really important, because it can also help you control or manage the amount of time that it might take. Doing things spontaneously, although are kind of nice because they introduce a little bit of a change of pace from time to time, also can require or can generate more work. And by taking a calendar and mapping out your student engagement activities across the duration of the experience, you can begin to see then when your peak periods of work are going to be generated, and it allows you to maybe make some decisions about altering when those experiences happen. So I'll go back to saying I think that engagement is important, it's critical, and we should be designing for it, and we should be designing that it happens early and often. So I hope this helps. Enjoy the experience, and thank you so much for the invite. It's always a pleasure working with you, as you know. Take care. Bye-bye.